The long and winding road to bring a Formula One race to Austin took a new turn this morning, and it is a promising one for supporters of the race.
F1 released its 2012 schedule today. It includes a November race here in Austin. Now construction that had been stopped at the track is starting up again. Let's begin our coverage live with Brian Sanders at the track in southeast Travis County. And what happened to get the plans rolling again, Brian?
Guys, we're standing behind turn one of the track, and while we've seen a couple of construction vehicles drive by, the heavy machinery is not up and running just yet, but there's activity because Circuit of the Americas officials struck an 11th hour deal with F1 Chief Bernie Ecclestone to keep Austin on next year's F1 World Championship calendar. It's one of 20 races and listed as the second to last race of the season, November 16th through the 18th. In a statement today, founding partner Red McComb said, quote, "Mr. Ecclestone received his check today," end quote. He went on to thank fellow investor Bobby Epstein for getting them across the finish line and Tavo Hellman for his vision of bringing F1 to Austin. Sanctioning fees for next year's race were estimated to be in the $25 to $30 million range, but in addition, they had to show security of future funding. I spoke with AutoWeek analyst Stephen Cole Smith today, who explains how big of a deal this is.
I think they certainly had to sign some kind of a letter of credit to the deal and assure Bernie that they could invest that kind of money. It's really tough for a private group like this to compete against countries, you know, like India or like China or like Bahrain. It's tremendously expensive, but if they've satisfied Bernie Ecclestone, then I think that's good enough to where we should all the rest of us should be satisfied as well.
Prior to the November 15th work stop, construction of the 3.4-mile course was on schedule, and despite today's victory, when I spoke with Circuit of the Americas this morning, they said they're not celebrating just yet, realizing how much work there is still to be done. Live in southeast Travis County, Brian Sanders, KXAN News.
All right, Brian, thank you. Today's deal has been a long time in the making. You can find more complete details about F1 at Austin online right now at KXAN.com. We have a special sidebar with this story, and it takes you to links of more stories in the Formula One saga. There is also a link to a photo gallery that gives you a closer look at construction on the F1 track in southeast Travis County, and you can find it all online, as we mentioned, right now at KXAN.com.